2, 3, let's go!
Hello everyone and welcome to Adjacent with Jace, the tabletop interview review show for the nerd news you need to know. I'm your host Jace, and with me in this space, he's back, no caps, take the party's slaps. They put up with his crap, so I made a little rap to honor the mishap. A bad idea once again, acting Gorbeckian, doesn't know the shit he's in, but at least now he's got a friend to help take the pressure off of him. Speaking of which, here's a switch. Hope you're here to snitch and talk about the sitch, at least we know of which. When he fell in the cave, you might have thought him brave, but it might have been his grave. It was death that he staved, because you know he won't behave, because the chaos what he craves is he crashes in the waves, so thanks for all the saves. Welcome everyone. My guests are just slightly off screen as I take a moment to look at my wonderful abode currently. But to introduce my buddy and my partner behind the scenes and under the counter, a good friend that you have all seen behind the scenes, Tater, the moderator, as he emerges from the shadows. Hi, Tater.
Hi, guys.
You're behind the counter with me. What were you doing down there?
See that? Oh, we don't talk about these things.
You were getting the good stuff. The bottles.
Yes. I dropped something.
Dropped a copper piece. And also, really kind of the main star of the show, considering he hasn't been on in a while. Welcome everyone as he saunters in, just a torso, Bevo. Have a torso seat right there. Thank you. I was gonna shift you back over. Hi Bevo, how's it going?
I'm so mad at you right now, Tater. What you should have said is that you should have said I dropped a roll of quarters. That's what you should have said.
Where'd you get that bruise? Right out the stairs. Close that hatch while you're down there, too. That's a tripping hazard. But thank you two, for coming in and being the first two guests at the same time for Adjacent with Jace as we enjoy the new set. If you look around, there's all kinds of stuff. First of all, I can't put my arms farther than right here, or they fade out of existence. And now I have two stubs. Tater's mostly just a head now.
Yeah.
Very Kilmoian of him.
I just realized something. The chat can't be seen. Let me put that chat box up at the very top. There we go.
Ooh.
New setup.
Thanks for the 24 bits.
Thanks for those 24 bits. What's with the 24? I don't know what that's for. But thank you all for coming.
2 more than
22. As you can see, the special today is 22 tacos. It is written on the board right there. Yeah. Thank you, Tater, for pointing out our specials. Episode 24. Correct. What was I doing? No. Bevo, can you roll a d20 real quick so we can start the show off correctly? And Tater, how did you enjoy, all that craziness the first time you got into the campaign with Bevo?
Any modifiers?
No, just a d20. Roll me a d20 real quick.
Okay.
I'm enjoying watching the chat as they kind of look around and see the stuff.
As for the craziness, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Gander's
I always like traveling.
He went against
More
the
questions.
establishment. Yeah. But anyway, the question was mainly to get your feeling, since you got to watch the first half of pretty much the last episode, since it took roughly 30 minutes for you to be introduced. It was less than the last time, though. Last time, I believe it was 3 hours.
There's been a couple times where I've sat the entire 4, but that's okay.
Bevo, what did you roll?
A 12.
All right. Everyone in the chat, keep number 12 in mind. That'll be a mystery tool for us later.
I think I know what that is.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know anything. You're right. I'm an
That's
idiot.
right. If you look behind you, there's a really ugly coat rack that I drew in digital. And hopefully I'll delete that eventually. So, anyway, on to a quick stat, because there were stats for last episode, despite it being relatively short. The combat that happened was the first combat in which Eric did not damage anyone. He dealt 0 damage.
Sniffing right.
He would have dealt 2 damage to me, I believe, if Gorbeck had not used Frostbite to give him disadvantage on the attack.
Well,
Frostbite.
Vicious Mockery and Frostbite, I believe, were both done to the same monster
Yes.
on the same round, so it was really both of them did the same thing.
You're welcome.
That's right. Eric couldn't hit players with an AC of like 13. What is your AC of Kulaberk? Kookabarrow? There's a lot of names that were thrown out.
Kuliberg, and his AC was either 16 or 17.
So, it's a very high AC. I think it was 16 if I might recall.
Yeah. Eric let us kind of flavor his dark black scales as the scale armor. Really more for like just an internal flavor.
So I was thinking he was using his natural armor, since lizard folk get natural armor. Which is, I believe, 13,
Or dumb stat, though.
13
for dex.
plus your dexterity. Right. But you had a shield, correct? Was it?
Yeah, the turtle shield.
Bevo,
Yeah.
what was your first reaction when you found Momo and Tater in the campaign? Each one.
So do you want my legitimate first reaction?
Yes.
Okay, for Momo, as my first reaction was, I can't believe they did this to Ari. Like, legit can't believe they did this to Ari. Like, yeah, that was my legit first reaction, was like, oh my god, like, Sean's gonna kill this guy. And so it is what it is. But Kula, I was intrigued because guess you don't see many dark-skinned lizard folk. Sounds really weird. Dark-scaled lizard folk. And so that was something that it was interesting. Like, I mean, I know like lizard folk is big in D&D and stuff like that. So, I guess the otter was definitely like no. I mean, I know you probably weren't trying to shock anybody, Tater, but it just like the fact that the man's wants to play an otter as a character, good for him. Like, okay, like I'm playing a goblin, which is not a ton of people do. So it is what it is.
Living with your regrets.
I am surprised by many things so far. So
there was the question that came in: why do lizard folk speak Russian? I have a question as for Eric. Why doesn't Eric's lizard folk speak Russian? That was Slovenian. Some type of Transylvanian, which is in my notes.
I play another character who's a dragonborn, and we gave him a Russian accent because we thought it'd be really funny, and I'm terrible with accents. And it's like, okay, well, I have like half an accent I can use, or go between like 3 accents and keep everyone guessing what exactly it is that I'm doing in this game. And it's like, well, reading the description for lizard folk, they're dragonborn adjacent in a lot of ways, and so I was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go Russian again.
Speaking of adjacent was mentioned 9 times in that episode, the most it was ever said in any episode.
That's Kilmo, or that's Momo for you.
Adjacent to dragons, just constantly. Okay. Tater's all crackly. Tater's accent usually goes out of Russian when he's trying to do Scottish, which is why it went Scottish for a little bit. Because typically, we have half a Tater. Let me transition him. Get under the counter, Tater, while we talk with Bevo for a second. Pop him back up.
Ooh, fancy.
Just go back under there. There you go. Alright, I'm having too much fun with the set. Tater's character, Darrow, was a pretty good Russian accent after a while. It was very effective. The problem that came out later is when he tried to play a character with a Scottish accent, and it transitioned between Scottish and Russian constantly. So I think he might have ruined his Russian accent that he worked so hard on. So now he's constant, because you could hear before that he was switching to Scottish for a little bit.
No, his audio's gone.
Let me check. Let me check the Zoom real quick and see how he's doing over there. Well, he's frozen. So until I see him pop back in, I'm going to put him back there. We lost Tater, LOL. Well, Bevo. Well, potatoes float. You can't sink. Really gore back this one. Well,
rude.
Okay. Really gore back.
What does that mean?
Well, it's like an adverb, isn't it?
It is. I'm
over the waterfall and under the bar.
Adjective, verb, adverb, pronoun, noun, renoun,
renown, frown, brown.
Noun, brown, crown.
Cow does not rhyme with it. I was thinking of that before.
This is really taking a turn. I love it. I'm about it. This is
so
a good episode.
You had the statement in the episode that my song was better, but you didn't sing a song in the first episode, if I recall, correct?
No, I wanted to. I wrote a song based off another song, and tried to do it without music and everything. And I don't know if it sounded good. Like, I want to ask you to send it to me because I want to hear how I sound and if I was on tune, or if I should just shut up and leave it alone and never talk about it ever again until whatever happened.
Give me a second. I'll fix that. Bevo.
He must have left.
He had dropped. He was having computer issues before he popped on, so let me just adjust old Bevo here. Raise you up. It's just
The new set is haunted. Shut up, Eric.
it is kind of haunted. Several mess ups. It's also
What
not.
what did Tater say too? He said everywhere he goes.
He really Gorbecked it. That's what he was saying.
Wow, I just don't like
There we go.
that.
Got you all sit up now. You're back down to your size. Whenever Tater pops back on, we'll pop him back in here and have some more
We'll
questions.
mess it up again.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It's a lot easier to do when there's only 3 people. When there's 7 people and 3 people drop, it's a lot harder to move these cameras. Oh. But, Bevo, it's been a while since we've had you on. I know you've been trying to get on for a long time. But,
I know,
unfortunately,
I just like
your
talking about
character
stuff. I really
yeeted
do.
yourself off a thing, and I was not going to reward you for that in any way. So I made you wait. Especially, I didn't have you on when no one knew what happened to your character yet. It didn't make any sense.
I know, but we could have talked about other things. We could have talked about things happening to the other characters.
Well,
that
now's
we're
your
getting.
chance, Bevo. What is your opinion on the fight that happened on top of the mountain? Did you even see it?
Oh, of course I watched it. Are you kidding me? Yeah, of course I watched it. I legit, and this is not, I don't know if Aaron's watching. I yelled at,
Come on, this is the only time you get to say this shit. Or you got to keep it to yourself, because if you say it away from the stream, I will say it on the stream later.
I know. I yelled at Eric for not killing Gander. And it wasn't in a rude way. It's just because I have delved as much as I can into this goblin-esque life that I'm trying to live and lead and all these things. To me, the most goblin thing he could have done is, so as soon as Caleb cast sleep, he said Krieg kind of had this like, oh crap, there's a threat. And I'm like, sure, but he doesn't care. Like, hobgoblins don't care about minions. Like, they don't care about the little things. Like, that's what they're there for, to be the fodder. That's exactly what they're there for. And so, to me, what a warlord hobgoblin would do is, all right, we're gonna take out this, and then I'm gonna point my finger at somebody else and go try to kill somebody else. So I think Aaron, you need to get on your knees, and you need to find a roll of quarters and thank Eric.
Well,
because I think he...
Bevo, if you could step out for just a moment, I'm gonna bring Tater back in. I can't let you see his secret hideaway, so
Yeah,
just
sure.
stroll
Yeah,
over
yeah.
to the side for me. Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you. Don't worry, Tater takes a while to open up the padlock and shit, so pay no attention if he ever shows back up, as I'm doing live editing during this. We appreciate the question that came in. Why is there no cognac or sweet nut milk on the shelves? Well, there will be more things showing up in the set in the coming days, but currently this is what you have. I chose not to put certain stuff up there because there's just so much. If I put it all at once, you get distracted. We're already distracted enough. We're having all kinds of crazy shit happen. So the sweet nut milk / cognac / many other things are going to show up eventually. So oh, hey Tater. Welcome back.
Hi guys.
You're still kind of robot-y, but that's fine. Let me see how... I have to adjust Bevo. I know it. Watch. He is a real fucked up mess now.
Yeah, I think I need a new headset.
Is it because of it's infected? Welcome back, Bevo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, hey, welcome back. Yeah.
All right. Everything is back to mostly normal as much as we can. Next to Jason looks so much better. But with that statement about having to kill, you wanted him to kill Gander, which I guess is understandable.
Wanted. Don't no.
You expected
What
him
I'm
to
saying.
kill Gander?
What I'm saying is. Oh man, this is a safe place, right? Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
usually from
I'm-
Eric.
Eric's full of crap. That's what I've learned. Eric is 100% full of crap when he talks about how, well, I'm gonna kill all you guys.
Oh yeah, well, that's true.
TPK. You son of a, you kill nothing. You will never kill anything.
Unless you're
You will never
Spud,
kill
then He'll
anything.
kill your character multiple times.
You'll never kill anything. I genuinely don't believe you will ever kill anything. And if that means you put a target on my head, that means you're not attacking Caleb, which I know you will not do. You know why? Because you know Caleb will screw you in the butthole with his roll of quarters. So this is what I'm saying. Nobody will die. We're all going to be fine. You guys should just stop worrying. Do whatever the crap you want. As long as you're not doing stupid crap like Gorbeck does, like I do, then you're fine. You'll be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be just fine.
Well, I do know, though this is a safe space, you don't directly call out and just say you're practically gods, because other campaigns have done that, and well, that's a quick way to get your character to die. And we don't have a way to revive
Has it ever happened? Has it happened?
In
Give
our
me
game?
Proof.
In our game, like, Spud's character died like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but that's Spud.
Tater's character died off screen, but I saved him, I guess.
Let's see.
But I mean, it's about 20 minutes in. Bevo, roll me another d20. Tater, you've survived a couple of fights involving Eric. I don't know if your audio will hold up for this question. Did you think it was a potential TPK in the Hobgoblin fight at the top of the mountain?
Oh no. Hard.
Alright, I'm going to hide you behind the shelf again, because can't have you. Oh, don't hide the shelf behind you. That's the opposite of what I want to do. It's a new set, guys. There's a lot of ghosts and creepy stuff. You good? You want to go back down under the counter? Okay, let's put you back down under the counter.
Bye.
Don't look up. You're looking at the wrong end.
Bye.
Just yell. Yell whenever you feel comfortable.
I rolled a 17. by the
Okay.
way.
So keep that in mind, everyone. 17.
12, 17.
12, 17? It's not 12, 17. It's 820. So, another question, since you've finally showed back up, Bevo, what is your thoughts on the Bard so far? Have you got to Bard it up enough, or are you feeling you're basically playing a different class?
I haven't got to do what I wanted to do. We'll say that. But I think what is bards known for? They're being masters of nothing but
Charisma.
jack of all trades.
Jack of
That's
all
what they're good
trades,
at, right?
really good at charisma, using their bardic inspiration.
And so I have
Sucks.
That's true. So I think it's one of those things that I was hoping to, I was hoping to get more freedom to do things. And so that's something that I think just I have to do in time and find time to be able to do so. And so that's my biggest thing. Granted, I'm not a human walking around as a bard. I'm a goblin walking around as a bard. And I think once we get in, hopefully we get into more of my backstory and why I am the way that I am kind of stuff, it'll be fun. I'll be able to do more. I need to shut up sometimes and just allow the game to happen.
Well, you did pick a goblin, and being free bard is a little hard to do when you're constantly on a leash. So again, that racial choice gotta bit yourself in the ass.
Well, and that's fine. And again, I knew that going into it, but that's also where that's why I like playing what I play. Like I just enjoy doing weird things. I want to do weird stuff because I think it's fun.
Tater, are you ready?
I think so. It's still a little choppy, but
Let you back up for the cellar. I need to get like an elevator frame to put around people right there. So you
I keep going to find the fine wines, but I keep just finding whiskey.
Oh god, it is your headset. We have a very high standard here. My set can fuck up, but audio's a must. Potato button.
This is actually a different headset, which is why I dropped again. So I really think it's just my computer today.
Well, that sucks. Okay, because Tater, you've played healers before, more or less, as a person who's always constantly playing a healer. Did you think you got enough of that with... What are you a nature lizard folk?
Yep, nature cleric.
Nature cleric, which will never come into play, because nature clerics suck.
I'm pretty
Nature
sure.
clerics are actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure there's an... Alright, I'm gonna let you take that one. Just let it... Get him, Murray.
I was just waiting for that reply.
It's gonna be cool.
The nature... I've seen the entire... I probably know more about the second episode than anybody else, because I saw it so many damn times. But so were there things in this first combat that you were kind of expecting to work out, or was it more of a feel in the grounds for these new characters? Because Bevo, you had no idea what these two could do, and you being fairly new to D&D, going with Momo and Tater, probably been a tall order. Were you kind of just looking at what they were doing, or is it, I'm just going to continue to Gorbek?
So I was kind of on for the ride, and so I thought I didn't think Momo and I were going to get along as well as we did, and I'm very thankful that we did get along as well as we did. I was so excited for Tater just because I love playing with Tater. Tater's fun, and Tater's my friend. And when I see in chat and him supporting me even in my stupid shenanigans, like, that always makes me feel good. But seeing them two play the way they do, a lot of the thing is I have to realize and remember is that this is a game. So it's not, everybody says, oh, I love the role play. I love the role play, and I lean heavily into that role play, like super heavy. Not to say that anybody else doesn't. I just think I lean in way more than probably should. And so that's the thing for me, is that when I realize, like, oh, wow, this is a game. And if you play it like a game, you manipulate it like a game, and you do smarter things than your DM does, you're going to win. You can beat the game. And that's something for me that I'm having to kind of learn, is that, okay, if I tie this with this and do this, then I can do this, and you know, and it's just, I think it's one of those things, like, you just have to learn the game more. And so learning from two guys that have played it way more than I have, and just different ways of playing it, then I think it goes into making me a better player, and not just being a role player, but a game player as well.
Question for Bevo: out of all the accents that showed up in that first episode, whose was your favorite?
I mean, I think Kula's is good. Like, I liked it. That's a lot of what this is the thing. I want to be around people a lot more than what we are, because I want that to be a part of my character, is doing different accents and appropriate things, which is why I've switched things up the way I have. I think I've talked about that a little bit. But I enjoyed that little banter with him trying to speak Russian and doing our Russian things. Like, it was dumb, but it was fun.
It was fun.
So,
yeah, seeing you immediately get into a better Russian accent than Eric was pretty funny.
Well, that's what I say. Like, the first one was definitely like, I'm doing a bad Russian accent that's not really even Russian, and then, okay, let's go to my refined Russian accent, I guess you could say, like the Russian accent that I feel like I'm comfortable with.
A good one. Tater, how many minutes into the session were you expecting the Bevo to do something stupid?
Uh, 5.
No chill.
He woke up and immediately wanted to go to
He
sleep.
woke up. Like, you wake up and see a giant otter person twice the size of you, and your options are like, well, I can either go with this weird creature, or I can jump back in the water. I already survived the water once.
The weird dog, seal, whatever the hell it was. Which Bevo is correct to question the description of the otter, because he described it as one thing, he called it that thing, and then he denied it.
Yeah, you gotta peel back the layers sometimes. And that's all that
Layers
was.
of flavor. Time for a stat. Gorbek dealt the most damage, higher or lower than 22?
Who you asking?
You're both here.
Yes.
That's not the correct answer, Gorbek.
The utmost.
So you're saying higher.
Absolutely.
I'll go lower.
It was, I guess Gorbek is technically correct because he said yes and absolutely. He got 27 points of damage over the span of 6 hits.
Look at that.
Kulu came in second place with 18 over the span of just 3 hits.
Not
For
bad.
a pretty good average. And Andrictus did 12 over 2 hits. Gorbek and
Very
Kulu
nice.
both got a kill. I guess you can count Gorbek getting a win, I guess, with his... Okay, here's the question. Gorbek, do you know how a suggestion works?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
I have a loose definition of what suggestion is. I'm about to sneeze.
It's a verbal component.
Okay, never mind.
I don't have it
I-
pulled up right now, but I can tell you, based off of the name of suggestion, that it should probably you suggest for them to do something, not tell them your life story.
It worked though, didn't it? Twice.
Looking at Eric's face the entire time you're going into it, he's like, "What are you suggesting?" None of that was suggestion. It's like, I know that we're just hungry. We're doing this. Like, what?
Listen, I'm trying to infer something. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give a suggestion without giving a suggestion. I'm trying.
Which is
What I'm,
not how
I'm
the
trying.
spell.
I'm trying to inception, not suggestion. That's what
That's
I'm
a
trying
different
to do.
spell. I believe
well-
it's a 7th level dream spell.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to get this creature to say, "Hey, don't murder us, bro. We were just messing in a violent way." And
We just ate your friends. Although the rust monsters were not the golem's friends. The rust monsters, if you listen to the cues, were actually eating the golem because there's iron veins in the golem. So I guess you kind of helped them, but it's not what you were attempting.
yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, see these things? These are called cuffs. And as you can see, there's not a lot of things on them because I do a lot of off of them. So,
Off the cuff. Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. Tater, did you think his suggestion was going to work?
No, not for any reason. I was like,
Not at all.
these rust monsters pissed off this golem, and he's coming at us. He thinks that we are more rust monsters. He's just like, there's nothing that Gorbek is going to say that is going to save our lives. Oh, hey, it worked. Run!
Run.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Second time suggestion has worked for something. Question for everyone not Bevo. How likely am I to kill a character? I think this is just coming from... Is this coming from Eric? I don't know how to word this. Tater, how likely is Kuliberg to kill a character?
Uh, well, he is a cleric, so harm assists are a real thing. They definitely usually get the highest skill count. So 80% to kill a character,
Sacred Flame.
either directly or by omission.
How
Out of spell slots.
How likely is Gorbek to kill a character?
Besides himself, pity.
You know what happens when you say 50-50, you bum.
How likely is Yzal to kill a character? This is a question I'm answering for myself. If the opportunity comes up and there's no other way to solve the problem, sure. Absolutely is the answer. Question for all. Whose idea was it for the Lost Days, and how difficult was it to coordinate and keep a secret? I guess technically the idea was between Bevo, Eric, and I helped a little bit, just because I have to coordinate it.
I would definitely like put that more in Eric's box. He kind of talked me into wanting to do it like this. So that definitely is like all on him. He did a very good job. I had way more fun doing episode 2. Episode 2 is fantastic. Like, I had a mother effing blast.
Episode 2 is definitely far superior to episode 1. Episode 1, very little editing required for that one. It was very bland. It was an introduction of characters.
And that's what I was saying. I don't want to be mean, but it was bland.
Look, y'all didn't do shit. You introduced characters for 45 minutes.
Yep. And so, but Epi 2, man.
I was only there for 15 of those.
Yeah, Epi 2 is a you get the emotional ride.
Clusterfuck.
No.
Shitstorm.
There's no well,
a bidet bonanza.
You get the emotional ride of, wow, man, Gorbek, we feel you, bro. Like, you fall in love with him. And then you ride this wave of potential and grief and just this stricken by longing and want. And then the hardship, the grind, even you could say, the push to get to where your goals are, and then the manifestation of just magnificence, and then the reaching the top of the precipice, and you're in awe, you know. That's
Tater, do you agree with this? Because the chat is like, I don't agree with that.
Absolutely true. No, every word of it.
There's
Every
precipice,
word.
An emotional roller coaster.
The tippy top.
I'm guaranteeing nothing, but I will say you need to watch the episode definitely all the way through, from the very beginning to the very end, especially the very end. It gets kind of crazy at the end. It is longer than this current episode. Bevo, roll me a d20.
Oh, jeez. All right. Fitting.
15. Well, congratulations, everyone. The mystery has been solved. Bevo has survived his death saves from the fire trap. We finally solved the problem.
Your boy won't die.
He rolled 3 successful death saves, so he was stable when that cleric came and found him. So he was not just a charred corpse. We finally got around to it. It's been a couple months, so I keep forgetting whatever you're on. So I figured let's take care of this today. I actually put it in my notes.
Like I said, death is only the beginning, baby. We're just restarting it. We're just going. We're going.
No, if Gorbek dies, it's kind of it.
No, for
it.
Nothing.
Mummies.
I got nothing. I got nothing. Gorbek never dies. He's the Renaissance. He's the everlasting. He's the running man.
The Renaissance did come to an end, though.
Yes.
Especially the running man. That fucker got old real fast.
got nothing.
Do you Gorbeck ironically outside of the game?
I do sometimes. I
Just
really
like
have
the
found
Running
myself like, what would Gorbeck do?
Touch something he's not supposed to. In public.
Yep. Touch roller quarters. Hey yo.
Ooh. Roll of quarters.
Roller quarters.
Jeez. With the coming episodes coming out, we already know that Gorbeck technically survives, but we don't know exactly what happens in the next episode. We won't find out until several weeks later, I guess, after it happens. We have another Jason with Jace for it.
The real
Momo's
question is Andy shows up. Gorbeck shows up. Where's Kulu?
Where's Kulu?
Where's
The
Kulu?
mystery. Why no Kulu? That has yet to be answered. And perhaps you'll find out on the second episode. But we won't know. Unless Eric just says he died.
He died.
Because then you can't believe, because Eric's a terrible liar, too. He's just really
Eric
bad.
is a very bad liar.
They lie about it all the time, especially when he leaves his chair. He's constantly screaming at stuff. I mean, that
gonna be
never
exciting.
happened.
It really is.
Why?
Something came to a precipice there.
Every time you say precipice, I keep thinking of the word prolapse, which is not a good word to think of.
That could have happened during that as well.
Which is on topic, ironically. Arthur would love Kuka. Cuckoo, Coco, Kookaburra, Kuka Island was one of them.
tree.
Gorbeck, did you feel targeted when the Rust Monsters came out and you realized you're the only one with metal on you?
Was I worried or was I?
Did you feel
What?
targeted, like Eric had specifically done this to go against you?
Oh, absolutely not. I could care less. I don't care what that DM does. He don't do nothing. He can't touch me. I'm untouchable. Untouchable.
Untouchable.
He can't see me.
Yeah.
Except I wish this green screen would have done.
He's
something
untouchable,
cool.
everyone.
I am unhittable, boys. I am unhittable.
That's a 23 to hit. Dirty 20. That is an 18 to hit. 24 is a dirty 20. The 16 to hit. So that's going to be an 18 to hit. 19 to hit you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I said I was
right.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you again, Eric, for the stream deck, because I have that just as a hotkey. I can press it whenever. I can now play clips constantly of all the wonderful things. Untouchable, he says. Can't be touched.
I'm just interested what I was. I can't remember what I was apologizing about so bad.
I know where it was from because I had to edit it.
I
But-
know. That's what I'm trying to remember.
We'll find out on episode 2.
Episode
Eh?
2. It's gonna
It's
be
so much better. It really is. It's so good. Like I legitimately, and I usually like I'll tell Eric, and Eric, you can attest to this. I will tell Eric when I had fun. I will always tell Eric when I had fun because I think it's good for him to hear it when we have fun. And I immediately told him like, that was fun. I had a blast doing that. So
Tater, did you have fun?
It was a blast.
Good. You heard that, Eric. It was a blast. They had a great time.
Tater and I get to team up together, and it's hot. It's hot.
There's some double teaming action going on.
It's hot.
Spicy.
They were grabbing our quarters. It was awesome.
There was definitely a few Electrum being tossed around. Oh,
No Electrum, sir.
no Electrum. Yeah, if you look at the sign, we do not accept Electrum. No Electrum, not sorry. And I fucked up on the paper about it.
Not sorry. Screw it. Like
I would like to put a shout out to Brit Mix Studios for drawing the wonderful jar of dice by Tater, because that was a thing done by her, and she individually drew the dice and then colored them individually, which is insane because no one would ever do that on the right mind. I'm guessing alcohol was involved. I know it is whenever I'm doing it. She also did the wanted poster for Gander, so there are other things coming. I gotta figure out where my fingers are going. And I did the coat rack, which is why it looks so shitty. You can hang your coat on there.
Oh, really? That's what you
I
did.
was
That's nice.
I was depressed the entire time I was doing that coat rack. But on to another question. Do you expect, if Kulu survived, to have a reference to him later? Because ironically, he was not mentioned at all in the episode when Bevo and Indy came back.
No.
He's forgotten completely. The DM didn't even mention him. We were in the same city, and not once did he mention him, because maybe he wasn't able to.
Or maybe he never existed at all.
There's fan art of him, though. Buy your Cuckoo Burrow t-shirts on Etsy now. Not really. We're not on Etsy. It's probably a good way to get a shirt. He's mentioned in passing, but not by name. Mentioning a lizard folk does not count as mentioning him in passing. In the village full of lizard folk and other people. Did you expect Gorbeck to steal something in the village?
Yes.
When
And
have I stolen anything?
I mean, you've tried, but there's always been someone there telling you not to.
Keep in mind, Endy and Cuckoo, we never told him no, just we advise against it. We never told him no.
In the chat, Eric says, you literally stole a fish. They're not really stealing. They're like free fish. It's one of those it's one of those druid communes, right? Where they're all communists and social democrats. I don't know how that works.
I am not a stealer.
You're a thief.
I am
If
opportunity. That's
if
all it is.
Gorbeck were to give out a gift to Kulu, what would Gorbeck get him other than the gift of life due to his tragic ending?
Oh, yikes. I would give him a goblin skull. That's what I would give him.
That's a pretty badass gift, and Cuckoo would use it.
Yep.
You'll see the cockatrice skull, no spoilers, a little bit more in episode 2.
Yeah. I would definitely get him a goblin skull to use for whatever he'd like to use it for.
Question for Kuleberg / Tater. Does Kulu do a lot of drugs? Like copious amounts of mushrooms? Spirit quests.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried DMT?
He's not a stranger to the mushrooms. That's and he made comments to Gorbeck. It's like don't eat the mushroom people. They don't taste very good. He's tried multiple different types of mushrooms.
According to the thing, you said you tried
funguses
all of the spices and all of the herbs.
Spice.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Just not all at once.
Whatever gets you closer to God, right? Giant God dragon.
I mean, we can literally go and meet.
Go shake their hand or something. He's right over there. He's like, hey, what's up? You can invite him to poker night. Probably should invite a god to poker night, though, because I bet they're sore losers. Use divine intervention and shit constantly. Do lesser gods have divine intervention? I don't know. I wonder if they cheat. Would a deity cheat? Some would cheat.
It depends how much gold you're putting in.
They really want that money. They're greedy. We all know it.
Money.
Eric says never cheated. Well, he's not God. He's just that voice in our head that we ignore.
Yeah, but he also said, I never cheat, ...
Oh, Axel would definitely cheat. Yeah. Axel would cheat at the drop of a hat in a poker game. That's true. I answered my own question with my own character. Odd. If Kulu could meet the characters of Gorbeck's party, who do you think he would like the most?
Probably Gander. Just because he's a little bucket of energy and rage, and it's hilarious. And he gets so, like, Cuckoo would enjoy his creations, like his little magical turret, and be like, what are these? And he's never really messed with metals. I mean, he lives under a mountain with rock and fish. And so, like, what Gander does would just astound him.
I'll find someone who enjoys my character. I'm boring. I'm a boring character. So I was asking for help. It's like, I need something to do during downtime. I have no hobbies. That's what I get for... I'm the only character who can't cast magic.
Seriously?
Yeah. I know there's the rogue who can't cast magic, but he's an elf. So technically they have magic. So I've left out.
Huh.
I'm a boring...
Interesting.
boring
I did not know that.
barbarian.
That's...
Well, because freaking already went multi-classed into druid, so like, fuck.
See, and I thought he was doing something different. I don't know, but that's also I'm not gonna listen to myself anymore. I'm not listening to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to hearsay anymore.
I can hit really hard though, so I gotta like go for it.
You can, and you can take a licking, take a beating.
Oh yeah, just really durable though. I can take a pounding, that's for sure.
Nice.
Boy. That's why she has a type. Anyway, Bevo, I would like you to answer me 2 truths, 1 lie. Tater with Kulu, could you also answer me 2 truths, 1 lie about your character? And one of them should be my character's alive.
Feel free to go first.
Okay.
This isn't much of a surprise. I've done it the last 2 episodes of Adjacent with Jace. Hey, it wasn't me that time.
Well, okay. Suppose I'll go while he's frozen. Guarantee you he interrupts me midway. 2 truths, 1 lie. I'll start off with my character is alive. My character's dead. My character has 2 brothers and a sister. That's right, living family.
I know. I didn't think.
For a second there, I thought he had faked it. Oh, you swapped places. Oh, he disconnected briefly. There we go. Hey, get out from behind the counter. Get out. Get that Sasuke Renegon trick out of here.
This is so. I don't know why this always happens. This drives me up a wall.
Okay, your backwards is supposed to be, Bevo, could you repeat your 2 truths, 1 lie? Because no one heard it if you said it.
I mean, I figured it out after I heard, well, he froze, and then, yeah. Okay, so, truth number 1.
You're not supposed to tell us if it's a truth or a lie, by the way.
They're all truths. That's what I'm saying. They're just everything is truth. That's what's going to happen. Truth number 1. I have a fantasy of dominating larger creatures. Truth number 2.
Fury of the Small.
I have a fantasy of making it with larger species. Truth number 3. I have a fantasy of finding the right woman in a high place of what's it called? Royalty.
An upper class individual. I know, Eric, 1 and 2 aren't necessarily the same. Dominating a bigger species isn't the same as having sex with him.
True.
It can be. Definitely can be. But I know number 2 is true because you've said that multiple times in the game.
Yeah, you always got to know which one's apt. In the multiple choice question, you always got to know which one. Okay, that one's wrong.
Well,
So.
no, the second one is true. The way he said it, like, well, yeah, the way he said it, multiple entendres.
17 entendres.
17 entendres.
It's a multi-tundra.
It's like a hydrotondres.
Quadra-tundra.
New Nissan extended cab.
Quadrantundra.
Quad cam. Remember that. Well, Tater and Bevo, you're both guests on this special episode. So, if you were to put your bet as the top of the Deadpool, who would you put your money on? You can't say Kulu, because he's already dead. We already know it. Kulu's taken out of the equation.
We're talking about just for the Gorbex Lost Days or just in general?
In general.
Caleb.
Caleb?
There's a reason why wizards are glass cannons, and if you're not gonna use your blasting spells, it's gonna come back and bite you in the butt.
What about you, Bevo?
I must say Arthur. I think Arthur has got. I think he's got a little.
Suicide-y part of him?
No. I think. We'll see. I don't know. I just got a feeling.
Well, it's that time of the night. We're near the end. So the final question, as is tradition, is always, can Tater roll a D percentile?
I rolled it, and I kid you not.
Let's have it go!
69!
Yeah!
Tater got a 69. It finally happened. Got one of the sacred numbers.
That's right, boys and girls. I did it.
You may have disconnected several times. And Bevo finally passed all of his death saves. But we finally got a 69. Nice.
69, dude.
Nice. Very nice.
Well, I hope you both enjoyed the ghost of this set, as we're working out the kinks with it. I'll figure out what to do with this weird floating torso thing. I don't know. I'll put like a cart or something. I don't know. We'll put something. I'll draw something up to put underneath the floating Bevo, because not all the guests are going to be behind the counter. It kind of disappeared a little bit. Get back up. Well, I enjoyed myself. I do like him messing with this thing, though. Look how short he is. Tater, can you reach the top shelf?
You and I both know that I can't.
With a special stool for you. Well, despite what the sign says, we don't have tacos because we're not allowed to cook here, so I'm going to have to close down the bar before the federales come and realize that it's all a Ponzi scheme. So, I'd like to thank you all for coming out here. Tater, good to have you on. We'll try to have you on more often despite you not being a regular player, even though your character definitely dies next episode. Bevo, you got a backlog you got to catch up to now because you went and yeeted yourself off a cliff, and I think you're the least interviewed person now.
Yeah.
Which is a real shame because you do some crazy ass shit
I
for
do.
reasons.
Well, yeah.
Well, thank you all for coming. I really have to go. I hope you liked what you're watching, this really crappy show. Like, follow, subscribe is what I'm supposed to say. And as always, I'd say see you next Tuesday. Good night, everyone. Where's my outro? There it is.
Walking hand in hand on the ocean floor, down deep we wonder. Louder we sing, no there is no cure in this together. I don't wanna tell you that it's not real. Nothing is a fairy tale. Everything about you is so unreal. It won't be pretty when it ends. Now how could I leave with your sweet love on me? to